Hello guys and welcome to episode 13 of my Total War Warhammer 2 playthrough, playing as Khemri on very hard difficulty. And today we're going to be moving on with King Rakash to destroy the followers of Nagash. We can actually move this turn, and honestly it would probably be worth just getting up into the face of the followers of Nagash sooner than later. But I'm just thinking maybe it'd be worth going around the mountain way, but I think Vulture Mountain gets in the way, so that's not really going to work out very well. But either way, he has leveled up, so we'll go for the Passage of the Soul Realm, because what I want to do is buff up the Tomb Guard as much as I can in this army, and I can get Sun Scorched Bones, which will give us extra armor and melee defense on top of the extra armor we already have from our follower. So that's awesome. I'm tempted to wait one more turn here and grab ourselves maybe some skeleton spearmen just to fill the ranks, because we can move, but do I want to? I guess I could like march towards the Eye of the Panther. That will have to do. We are getting minus 17 per turn at Wizard Caliph's Palace. And the reason he can move in the same turn that he took over the settlement, by the way, is because of the end turn. We took it over in the end turn, so this is a new turn, technically. It's kind of annoying in some ways, in that we don't get the extra replenishment, but it does allow me to move on straight away and get towards the followers of Nagash, so that's good. In Wizard Caliph's Palace, I am going to build up the open graves, I think, towards the Royal Barracks, because I would like to have access to more Tomb Guard. I think they are like solid frontline forces, so we'll go for the open graves at the Wizard Caliph's Palace. I'm also very tempted to upgrade to the Sepulture at Lashik because of the chaos corruption in the province. Settra can attack the Golden Tower, but I'm not sure that I want to. I just did it just now, just so that I could see the auto resolve bar and sort of predict how much I'm actually going to lose if I went into this fight. Now these skink cohort aren't the best, and neither are the chameleon skinks, but these three feral bastillodons really do make things difficult. I think what I'm going to do is we'll break the siege there, because I'm really worried about Krokgar coming and just sort of either backing that up if I'm sieging, or just attacking me after I take it over, and that could end very badly indeed. So let's go into maybe the Entombed Beneath the Sand stance. That will give us replenishment, but that could also lead to us still being attacked. How much do I need in terms of movement to activate that? 50%. Right, let's maybe move away a little bit, and we'll go into that stance to get the replenishment going. I was tempted to go back to Orion's camp to get the replenishment from here, but I feel like that's just a little bit too far. We have King Thutep on the way anyway, so he can spend a turn in Kuezotl and get some replenishment that way, because his army is pretty depleted as well from colonizing Death's Head monoliths. So upgrade this to a Mastaba. The reason I'm doing that here is because we can get access to the marble, which would be good for the miners' construction cost in the local province. Well, I'm not sure we do get that, do we? No, we don't. Never mind. Might have been better to spend that elsewhere, but we'll get it at Death's Head anyway. That's all of our armies moved. One turn until we have the Wisdom of the First Dynasty, which gives us an extra army capacity. The Mortuary Cult. We're very close to being able to get either the Necropolis Knights or the Nehekara Warriors from this, which might be worth doing, but it's also worth saving the Canopic Jars so I can get my hands on Wakaf here. So I think we'll just wait to do that, and I will move on to the next turn, I think. So Kroq-Gar is going to move up and attack Settra. And what is interesting is that the auto-resolve is still very much in my favour. Is there a reason for this? I feel like I should possibly try and retreat, but let's check out this terrain first, just to see if there's anything I can work with. If it's a standard map, then there's not much point. Yeah, that is a horrible map. We'll just retreat from that for now. And Kroq-Gar's going to move back, so is Ratul. I guess it worked out quite well. We drew out the army, stopped them moving towards the Temple of the Skulls. Looks like the followers of Nagash haven't really recruited too much as well. Ah, that sucks. Pirates of Sartosa ending their trade agreement with me. Greybeard's prospectors moving on towards the Eye of the Panther with quite a large army by the looks of things. Wisdom of the First Dynasty completed though, and that's great because now we can just move straight on to Wakaf of the First Dynasty. And I can recruit King Sunifret for this turn to start his recruitment, and then swap him over to our new king in the next turn. So we'll get Tomb Guard with halberds, a normal Tomb Guard there. And what else takes 2 turns? Nehekara Horsemen. We'll get 2 Nehekara Warriors as well. So that's 2 turns worth of recruitment there, making sure that we're using both the local and global recruitment at the same time. Settra didn't get his replenishment. But let's just get King Thutep into Quetzalcoatl here for some replenishment. And what I'm going to do is jump into the Sand Vale here with Settra in order to get his replenishment as well. I might actually even be tempted to move a little bit further back. Just so that if I do get attacked, I can retreat again if I have to. Right, King Rakash getting very close to his target, so we'll just go for like a normal stance this turn in case he gets attacked. Then next turn, I think we'll be in range to hit the Eye of the Panther. However, I feel like Greybeard's Prospectors might beat me to it. In which case, it might be worth just attacking Greybeard's Prospectors, since they don't have many places left. And their army would be significantly weakened. That's their only army, I believe. The rest of the lands is owned by the Dune Kingdoms, who don't actually like us too much at the moment. Or do they? Let me go into my diplomacy. We'll have a look. Yeah, they like us a lot. Okay, that's good. Libaris likes us as well. They can become our vassal at some point, but I don't think we can confederate them like we can with other nations. So that kind of sucks. Anyway, we'll go have a look at this settlement upgrade. We're going to skip that one. What about elsewhere? Maybe at Gorgazan we can upgrade. I was just checking Khemri because I thought I saw that Khemri could be upgraded itself, in which case I'm going to do that. Seems worth it. That's going to get rid of all of the other notifications for settlement upgrades. There's not much trade we can do. Our research is finished in the next turn. Nothing we can do with the mortuary cult because we used up all of the canopic jars. And that's it. Armies have been moved. We're building another one now. Let's move on to the next turn. So the Golden Tower is pretty exposed. I kind of feel like there's an ambush there somewhere though. Oh wow. Okay, the followers of Nagash just went ahead and destroyed that army of Greybeard's prospectors. It's going to leave them relatively weak for my attack onto Eye of the Panther. And that's also going to leave Greybeard's prospectors very weak as well. Looks like Thegan's errantry is trying to get in on the action as well. Trait gained. Plus 3% movement range and plus 3% campaign map line of sight for King Thutep. And Wakaf, or the First Dynasty, is available. Alright, let's head up here. Change out King Senefret for Wakaf. And honestly, it'd probably be worth going for the Great Incantation of Tohoth. I didn't think about that. That's a very good idea, since we're doing a completely new army. So yeah, we'll go for the Great Incantation of Tohoth. That's going to spend 5,000. It's going to give this new army a... what do you call it? Casket of Souls. That's the one. So let's replace the Lord with Wakaf. He's going to come in at level 4 due to the incantation. We'll go for Root Marcher, and I'm going to just put 2 into Canopic Jar Hoarder. Then we can start recruitment again, but with the higher unit ranks. That's why I disbanded the Tomb Guard we'd already built. It may have seemed counterproductive, but that's the reason that I did it. And then we'll go again for the Nehekara Horsemen and the Nehekara Warriors. Cool. Get those Ashabti in there, and the Sepulchral Stalkers. And then I think we're just going to fill out with more Nehekara Warriors. I might get a couple of Skeleton Spearmen in there. We're going to need archers though. So let's just stick at that. We'll go for 4 units of archers. And then we can get some chariots. We'll go double Skeleton Horseman, Skeleton Chariot. And that's 19 out of 20. The last slot can be filled by the Casket of Souls. Brilliant. Research now needs to head towards something else. Getting the extra melee attack and melee defense, honestly, for Nehekara Warriors would be a very good idea, since we are going to be using them quite a lot. So we'll do that. King Thutep is almost ready to go. We'll go the 50% and jump into the replenishment. And I'll keep Settra in replenishment again for another turn. However, it might be worth trying to threaten the Golden Tower. So let's move 50% into enemy territory and go into that stance. That's going to reveal Ratul. And, well, same deal really. With Krokgar maybe attacking us if we go for Ratul. What's the bonuses that he has from that? Vanguard deployment for certain units. Ambush defense chance plus 50%. Campaign line of sight 150%. Wow. I'm really tempted to go for that fight. Because this way he won't be in the settlement, so if Krokgar comes and attacks us, we can just retreat. I think we're going to go for it, yeah. We'll quick save it and fight it on the battle map. Assuming that the battle map is decent. Yeah, it's okay. Let's go. So it's going to be pretty difficult to take down these feral Bastillodons. But other than that, most of the other units should die relatively easily. Right. We want to gamble for more wins, because that is an atrocious amount. And then we will start the deployment. So they do have a hill that they can kind of use. But I think they might be forced towards us. I'm not entirely sure. Look at these feral Bastillodons. They're very cool indeed. I'm guessing my Khemri and War Sphinx might be able to take it on. We can have Settra kill one as well. So we'll have my spear wall in the center. Make sure that the archers sort of line up behind. We'll go for no skirmish guard this time. We'll have the Nehekara warriors both on one side because we're kind of blocked by this building on the right. Let's get my horsemen out wide. We'll get the Khemri and War Sphinx just charge forwards with the rest of our infantry. Flock of Jaff can wait until there's a big clump. And we also have our Necrotect who can sit with our Khemri and War Sphinx. Okay, so I'll make all these one group. This is group 2. And that's all. Okay, let's move on. Start the battle. They are coming towards me, that's good. Might be worth pulling back just a little bit with my archers. The reason I'm doing that is so that if these feral Bastillodon charge through my ranks, they won't get through to the skeleton archers as easy. So Skink Cohort is the majority of what I'm up against, and those match up quite well with Skeleton Spearmen, I think. Here we go. Might just get all of my archers here to focus down that feral Bastillodon. We'll do the same on this side, because that's what we want to kind of kill off if we can. Let's just get Settra to go forwards. I don't want to get charged if I don't have to. I'm going to give him the increased weapon damage. We'll give this one the physical resistance. Alright, let's now focus down the Skink Cohort. And on this side we are being charged. Get the cavalry out wide. Get my Necrotect into that engagement. Nice. So far so good. Looks like both of the feral Bastillodons have come across to Settra there. I'm going to focus down their ranged forces with my archers now. And let's go for the Wrath of Tra. I'll make sure to keep the physical resistance on this guy. Good, good stuff. Right, their missile forces have been hit pretty damn hard, especially these chameleon skinks on the left side. Let's get into this engagement on the far left with the Nehekara warriors. And I'm also going to start spraying down this feral Bastillodon. The archers just demolishing enemy units at the moment. Love it. Our cavalry is out wide. I think I'm just going to try and get into the back of either the skink cohort with javelins or just try and finish off some of these units that are coming back, these chameleon skinks. Right, so far so good. We're doing a lot of damage to these feral bastillodons. Do need to give physical resistance to the Khemrian War Sphinx though, because that's taking a lot of damage. Just get in here with the horsemen. The chameleon skinks went invisible, so we couldn't see them, which is why they stopped charging. Well, we used up pretty much all of our ammunition. That's pretty crazy. These skeleton archers, I haven't used up their ammunition so quick in ages. I'm pretty sure that's just because we've held them up so much with like Settra and the Khemri War Sphinx. They've just been doing like so much damage. I think what I'm going to do though is get the flock of Jaff to come down into the skink cohort, maybe try and finish them off. Try and finish off that skink cohort while we're here as well.
Settra the Imperishable.
We're going to have Settra come into the back of this engagement with the Khemri War Sphinx. We do actually need to use our Necrotect on the Khemri War Sphinx here, because he does have the Restore ability. And it's pretty powerful. So they're definitely going to make good use of that, and we'll use the Blessed Legion of Fath to take down the feral bastillodon, because they do have armor-piercing missiles, I think. Well, that's one feral bastillodon dead. Just took him out there. And when this comes off cooldown, I'll heal up the Khemri War Sphinx even more. Wow, these skeleton spearmen taking a lot of damage. The Saurus warrior is just too strong. Let's get these guys to go help out. Feral bastillodon there, nearly dead. We do have the Ushabti available. Let's bring them in on the right side here to charge into the back of the skink cohort and break that flank. These skeleton spearmen aren't doing too well.
Settra the Imperishable.
And we need to get these Nehekara horsemen back. Currently the Saurus warriors are enraged. On this side, the skink cohort defeated. Let's try and run them down with a couple units of skeleton archers. We'll have the Ushabti come over and start dealing with the Saurus warriors. Currently though, our Necrotect is suffering. Get him out of there. He needs to leave. Looks like his Khemri War Sphinx actually saved his ass, which is quite funny. I'm gonna have those Nehekara horsemen come across and hit the blessed chameleon skinks. And we've almost dealt with all of the enemy here. They are starting to chain route. And that's the job done. Well, that was pretty messy. We took quite a lot of damage. Not quite up what I had planned. But that army is pretty much demolished, which is good. I think I might just try and kill off this Feral Bastillodon and then we'll leave it at that. Let's get the Flock of Jaff out of the way. Let Settra do his work. If he can. Nope, just gonna follow him like his pet. Sure, why not? Big victory. Those Saurus warriors, they really did a lot of damage. Also, Saurus Old Blood here. That did a lot of damage. Ratul, the Saurus Old Blood. So their leader, taking out my front line. There's a lot of kills on these guys though, these Saurus warriors in the settlement garrison. I'm going to harvest the organs for more canopic jars, even though I probably need the replenishment. But yeah, nothing really I can do about that. We can maybe march back, but I don't know how much movement range that gives us. I think we're in range of the Golden Tower, so we can't actually move. Kind of awkward. We're going to be attacked by a Croc-Gar in the next turn, aren't we? I should have been patient, I think. Never mind, we will move on to the next turn after we've moved King Rakash onto the attack of the Eye of the Panther. Okay. So Tomb Guard versus Skeleton Spearmen across the board should be relatively simple. There is a choke point. Not sure if we're going to be able to hold them at that choke point, but we can try. And if we do, we should be in a pretty good spot. We do have the same amount of skeleton archers as they do. Actually, I think they have one more skeleton archer. But Tomb Guard should be able to hold that quite nicely. Let's quick save it and fight it on the battle map. So it's just about whether or not I can get up to that choke point in time to hold them there. It might be an idea for King Rakash to run ahead on his horse. I think he has a horse now. Oh, never mind. No, he doesn't. So maybe just sacrifice a unit of skeleton chariots to keep them there? I'm not sure. Anyway, a lot of their troops are reinforcements anyway, so hopefully we can just run up into their face as soon as we can. Let's just start the battle. Get up there. Oh, they're not actually moving. Okay, that's good. That means I can just organise my defence, as I will force them to come towards me with my archers and so on. Make sure the king's following up, and that's everything. Okay, good. Look at this terrain. Very cool indeed. Let's have a look at some of their units. Loads of skeleton spearmen in very deep ranks. These crypt ghouls have the potential to do quite a lot of damage actually. And here's King Intez. Alright, let's let our troops line up. My Shabti making a line. Looking very cool indeed. It's like some sort of intimidating display. Oh, look at them lined up like that. So cool. Right, we should be able to hit their forces, which will hopefully force them to attack us. Let's move forwards a little bit here. They're able to hit me as well, which kind of sucks. But I guess if I start doing a lot of damage, they will come towards me. Maybe? I'm not sure. See those dire wolves? I'm just going to make sure all of these are on. No skirmish. Let's maneuver forwards a little bit. Maybe provoke them if I can. The issue with attacking across this choke is I feel like we have a disadvantage because it goes uphill. Okay, let's get right up into their faces. I want to try and get these archers into range of their archers. Okay, they're definitely charging this time around. Let's make sure my troops stop and get prepared. Keeping these Tomb Guard back, by the way, just so that I have them in position to slaughter the enemy after the charge. Because they are sword infantry with 2 one-hand swords. Right, let's get my skeleton archers to hit their skeleton archers. And we'll get the Ushabti in here. Right, they do have carrion, but that should be fine. Get these guys into the engagement there. Same on this left side, we need to charge forwards. Get my king in there. And that way my archers can continue to fire away. Their archers there are crumbling, which is good. Because I can win the melee engagement, so I don't need my archers to win this. If we can just kill off their archers, that actually works very well in our favour. Getting a lot of missile damage down here though, especially with them all clumped up like that. Could very easily go in our favour. Let's get these Tomb Guard in there now, as they are extremely strong. Oh, we have a unit of Ushabti spawning up in my skeleton horseman archers. How nice. Let's just break off the horse archers, get the chariots in there to charge them down. We've nearly killed off another unit. We're demolishing their archers. And honestly, we might even have ammo left, which would be awesome. How's the Ushabti doing? Okay, they're dying off, that's good. My horseman archers, though, didn't get out of there. Let's turn off the skirmish mode so they actually do what I tell them to. And, wow. Okay. Just a few skeleton archers left for them. We'll just kill them off. And what I'm going to do is then bring my archers back. And we can fire into this melee. I'm not sure why there's a huge gap here. What I'm going to do is just control group these guys and put an attack order forwards. And kill off the dire wolves, that would be a good shout. Right, my Shabti are nearly dead actually. Can I get them out of there? I'm not sure I can. Looks like they might just crumble, which would suck. Yeah, they're gone. We're going to have to try and re-recruit them into King Rakash's army, because they do a lot of damage in these fights. Let's get right down into this melee. Crazy stuff. King Rakash doing work. We have our archers firing away. It nearly ran out of ammunition though. But the majority of the enemy are getting pretty low on leadership. It might be time for the chariot charge through my forces. Especially on this left side. Like if we can crush the left flank with like the horses and chariots, then I might be able to get behind them and charge into the back of them again. So we're just going to charge on through, get the chariots there to have a go. Maybe pull through if we can to the other side. Make sure my dudes keep going forwards. We have managed to pull through. But looks like some dire wolves have something to say about that. Those should die off though. So we got some horsemen through, which is good. And let's just use those to charge into the back of that flank. Maybe we can even get the chariots to come back in there. How that doesn't crush them morale and make them crumble, I do not know. We are going to lose a unit of chariots. I think I'm fine with that. Try and pull back from that engagement if we can. Can't believe those dire wolves are still alive. Actually no, that's skeleton horsemen. We'll just charge into those with the chariots. Make sure my units push forwards. Okay, let's go again. This time on the left side. Go on, let's break them. There we go. That's what we like to see. Crumbling. Beautiful. Pretty epic battle. Close victory. That is, followers of Nagash destroyed. Well worth doing. I'm quite happy with that. We did lose the Ashabti and one of the skeleton chariots, but definitely worth it.
The realm of souls fills with my bones.
Let's take that settlement. And the followers of Nagash are destroyed. Right, what I'm going to do in the meantime is just replace the units we lost with a couple units of skeleton archers. Maybe a unit of skeleton spearmen as well. Actually, nah. We'll just go full on with the archers, and we'll have tomb guards in the front line with the archers in the back line, and that should be more than enough for me to go and take Vulture Mountain. Vulture Mountain does have a pretty nice garrison, but we're just going to go and attack Greybeard's perspective straight away while we can. So King Rakesh leveled up. Let's go for the armor for Nehekara warriors, tomb guards, skeleton warriors and spearman units. Awesome. Very, very powerful units now. And unfortunately, guys, that has been my time. So I am going to leave it here. Next time round, we will destroy Greybeard's perspectives. We'll take Vulture Mountain. And by taking that, I think we'll get our second Book of Nagash, actually. I never really intended to get the 8th Book of Nagash. Or did I? Actually, yeah, I did. I think I was going to go for the 8th Book of Nagash, wasn't I? And then take the 3rd book and the 5th book. The book that I wasn't intending to get was the 1st Book of Nagash here. But either way, we'll look into that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.